Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks a lot for being here. It's a beautiful sunny day and I hope that you're doing well wherever you are. I hope the sun is shining. There's something about sunshine that just brings out the best in you. It just makes you feel, just alive and energized. And the thoughts that I have when the sun is shining are so much different than those on a sad and cloudy day. Both have their place, and I'm going to talk about listening to your thoughts and how you can actually identify where they're taking you. Sort of, they're taking you to a good place or a darker place, and the value of both, really. Joni Marks is one of our bloggers, and she wrote this article on the 4-step process for listening to what your thoughts are saying. Now, do you ever think about this, like when you go through the whole day, maybe like me, sometimes you spend the whole day by yourself and you're listening to your thoughts. Well, maybe you're not. Maybe that's part of it. You're just listening to you're doing your actions or it's on an automatic pilot, but you are actually paying attention to your thoughts, and they direct your actions and they direct your behavior. So what you think, you do. I mean, this is the classic. I forget, there is a sort of a classic mantra that goes about what you think you actualize. And so your thoughts are super important. And, Joni said that her conversation with her thoughts started when she stood in front of the mirror and went, okay, what happened? What happened? I don't even recognize this person anymore. And my thoughts say this to me sometimes too. And they, when you start your day with that kind of a conversation, your thoughts take you to behaviors that are maybe not so positive about being older, and the beauty that's inside as well as outside. And I know that's no justification when those wrinkles start appearing and you start thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm just not the vibrant, courageous, vivacious person that I used to be. And it's like that comment of, yikes, I'm 65 years old. I'm, in my case, 73 years old. And somehow that immediately sends you into a spin. All the things that happen when you're 73 or 65 or 62, whatever you might be. So I think it starts, as Joni says, with how you speak to yourself. Like if you stand in front of the mirror and you say, wow, what happened to you? Or you just say, okay, this is cool, a new wrinkle. And smile. Smiling is a big help, actually, I have found. So, just start your conversations with yourself on a positive note. And instead of, yikes, I'm 73, say, wow, I'm 73. That's amazing. And that kind of, you can tell the difference. So let's practice. What would you say right now if you were looking in the mirror? I'll wait. Okay, now, how many of you said something like, oh my gosh, I don't recognize myself, or something that was negative? And then just change it around, say something more positive. And just by doing that, honestly, I sometimes put my makeup on and I look at myself in the mirror and I go, wow, it looks okay, it looks nice, but you look at these wrinkles. Look at these fine lines. Fine lines, they're like deep lines. You just have to relax, honestly. So changing your inner dialogue is where you start. And you say things like, I'm vibrant. I'm beautiful. I'm excited about this phase of my life. I'm reading my notes because I want to make sure I get all the ones that Joni talked about. I'm strong and I'm confident. I love the person looking at me in the mirror. And I deserve to be happy and fulfilled. Now, if you say those things when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you'll have a completely different direction to your day. Trust me. Another thing that she talks about, which I think is a kind of a cool angle to this, which is invite your negative thoughts to tell their story. Come on in, come and visit me. Come and tell me the negative thoughts that you are trying to get through to me to make me feel I'm unworthy, I'm imperfect, I'm flawed, I'm not a good person. And a lot of this actually Joni raises, and by the way, I'll leave you the link to her article so that you can read this article because it's very, very good. She talks about a lot of our negative thoughts come from our childhood. It's really, really strange. And I think as you get older, you kind of, you bring them back to your memory, or they come popping back into your memory. But it is very sad how a lot of our negative memories and thoughts are related to our childhood. And I don't know how, we can deal with that. I know so many women are dealing with current childhood issues, with their own families, and estrangement is like a big, big challenge for a lot of the women in our community. And that can be a very negative experience when you let those thoughts come in. But if you tell your story and it's always moving, it's always evolving, it's always changing, and the things that were really heavy and difficult, they're changing, and you'll see that they pass on, and they're not so intensely harmful to you. They're not so negative. I think it's a really interesting. Now she gives these 4 steps. I haven't actually done the 4 steps yet because they're kind of, I'm talking roundabout to get to this point. But the 4 things you can do to be able to sit and look in the mirror and say those 4 things. You're beautiful, you're strong, you're courageous, you're interesting, you deserve to be happy. First of all, create more time in your day for actually, saying those words to yourself, meditation, and tune your stories, tune in to your stories and engage with that inner critic. Engage with them. Don't push them away. I mean, maybe at that point in the day you'll want to put them away for a minute and say, I'll come back to you this evening and we'll talk. But really, if you can find a quiet place and find some time, make some time and just sit down with your inner critic and have a chat with them. Be aware of, the second thing is, be aware of your mundane activities during the day. And this is such a good one for me because I'm trying to lose some weight. It's just health issues. I've got to get, my weight down because I don't feel comfortable and I need to lose 10, 20 pounds. How many of you are out there doing that? And, we have to look at the mundane activities though that we do that make it difficult for us to break those habits. So the negative thoughts actually often appear in those mundane tasks. So if we're washing the dishes or sweeping the floor or walking to the shops or something that we do that's mundane, that doesn't require, it's not like dancing. If you dance, you can't really think mundane thoughts. You're just trying to remember the steps. If you're doing a craft sometimes that requires focus, you can't. But a mundane task, those are where I eat. Those are where I, let those negative thoughts of, that need for nourishment, that need for a snack or cookie or even a cup of coffee. That's a mundane activity that really is where those thoughts can emerge. And I think that's a very, really good suggestion. Turn into the story of your inner critic and listen to it, but don't buy into it. Your inner critic is there to protect you from change, to protect you from from making things that it thinks is going to hurt you, and it's going to hold you back because it's much easier to just live with the status quo than it is to push forward for something new in the future. So that's the third thing, or the fourth thing. Changing thoughts changes your stories. So this 4-step process, I don't know whether any of you ever do anything like this, but look for things in your mundane world, look for the comments that your inner critic is always delivering, and just find a place to listen, but don't buy into them, and then move forward. Get to the root of your self-doubt and your what's making you feel insecure and lacking in confidence. That's at the heart of this this whole thing about feeling like you're not good enough and that you're not. Your inner critic is just right all the time. I think it's a really powerful message. And Joni, thank you so much for writing this article and just kind of giving us something to hold on to. I actually find that during meditation, I know that meditation is meant to be clearing your thoughts, but I actually think a lot during my meditation. And that for me, it works. It's just what it is. I'm not a meditation teacher. I'm just doing my quiet time, listening to my body relax, unstretch. Now I'm wrapping my legs around I do this around my ankles. It's just a stress thing. And, just let it be. Whatever meditation you do, let it be. So I would like to know, have you ever overcome any self-doubts and listened to your inner critic, gave them some good responses and then moved on? Have you ever challenged your inner critic to change the story of your life? I think it's a really powerful suggestion, and I hope that you find this useful. Thank you again for being here at 60andMe. Just if you like this video, we do so many different videos. I think there's about 2,000 plus now on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video so that other women can be given the opportunity to see it. And just know how much you're appreciated and how much I care for you. And tell me what you're thinking about your inner critic, and how you've gotten over it and moved forward, and what you're doing in your life now to stay in a positive storytelling mode. Take really good care, everybody. Have a fabulous day. Know that you're loved and respected here, and I love having you here. Come join our supporters group if you like to on Patreon. We do live shows, exclusive videos. People are making friends in person through that. It's really cool if that's something that you're looking for. And I do honestly appreciate your support and your love. Take really good care, everybody.